how are your companies today thinking about MQLs? I'd love to have a few people comment on the chat or raise your hand if you want to come in and tell us. But do you guys have target accounts when you're receiving those leads or when you're sending those leads to SDRs? Are you ensuring the target account is correct? And if you do that, what do you think is the next step after getting the right target account? Do you send all the leads to SDRs or do you not send all the leads to SDRs? So we wait if anybody wants to chime in here. Andres, what are your thoughts? What did you guys do at Sirena?
Well, what we used to do, we received like plenty of. We had a product-led growth motion, so we received many people registering for trying the product, but we had like different kind of. So what we actually did, it was having like a bot. We had a WhatsApp bot because the product was very focused on WhatsApp, and we said, okay, we only spoke, and it's not the best practice, but we only spoke to the ones that wanted to talk to sales and were like warm leads.
Okay. So you're really just talking to the inbound guys. You're making it for they opt in to say, I'm gonna raise my hand. I want to talk to sales. Other than that, all the content's open, and they can just, whatever. If they come to a webinar, you don't call them.
We did that, but what we had was these nurturing sequences. So we had some sequences. I mean, we knew, like when you start growing like all the sales motions, you have like very places. You got me in one that I must admit it wasn't the perfect one because we also had this that we received our customer profile wasn't like an enterprise profile. It was like a how do you say
SMB,
yes, SMB. So it was pretty hard to have some big company requesting a service like this. So we prefer to focus on and because the annual contract value wasn't so big, so we say, okay, let's focus on the ones that raise hands. And what we did was a qualification saying we decided if they go to an SDR or not. Correct. Or if they go direct with the based on the size of the company, more than one person. It was like that, and the use case.
Yeah,
put 5 use cases. Yeah.
And that makes a lot of sense because your average deal size is going to determine your SDR investment, right? Like when you're an SMB product, if your average deal size is $1,000 a year or $5,000 a year, you can't invest in outbound SDRs. It is just not worth it because an outbound SDR is only going to get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 meetings a month. And if your average deal size is $2,000, 6 meetings a month, you're going to get 70 meetings a year. How many are you going to close out of 70? I don't know, if you're good, 10%, so 7 meetings at $3K, $20K, like you can't hire an SDR to close $20K a year, you're dead, right? So in your motion, in the SMB motion, even those MQLs that are coming in, they're not worth sending to sales whatsoever. The only ones worth sending to sales are the hand raisers, are the inbound leads. The more you go up market, the higher your average deal size, the more it's worth to move through the channels. So at SMB, only do demo requests and people wanting to talk to sales. When your average deal size starts being like 8K or 10K all the way to 30K, you start working a lot of these MQLs. And this is where we're going to be continuing to insist that everything needs to be target accounts mindset. You get the target account, the lead comes in, does it match an account that has been validated and verified? If the account has been validated and verified as positive, it is a good fit, then you pass that to the next step. If it has not been validated or verified, you're going to validate and verify and add that account to your list as either validated or not validated. And if it has been discarded in the last 6 months, you just discard the lead. That's the way to do it. And then once you move towards the enterprise, you start doing cold outbound as well. But we're going to continue to focus on what happens right after we get the lead and we validated the account. Anything you wanted to add there?
No, like one thing that we did, and we had like the close rate then from that lead to contract was half of what it was from the demo request. We made some experiments saying, okay, these people that they are trying the product and have these characteristics, like saying, okay, they are sending X number of messages, they put on the use case this kind of use case, but they didn't talk to sales. We had an SDR and code.
Okay, great.
But the economic, yeah, the economic, well, we had to, like, on my opinion, the economic didn't. I didn't find it a good economic saying, I was expecting to close maybe 10 to 15%, and it was like 7% those meetings. So
Yeah.
I said, like, when I made the number, I said maybe, and the people wasn't like ready to buy, and we didn't want to engage on a long term. Like, it was like, okay, you want to buy now? I mean, you didn't book a meeting because you didn't find the button, or no? Well, I was testing the product, and that was kind of
Yeah.
but delayed a little, yeah.